Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorial. This is my Dreamy bean hat pattern and I wanted to share it with you today. So this is a beanie hat that is suitable for an adventurous beginner, and it has only two different stitches. One is a half double crochet in the back loop only, which is done for 4 rows up here. It gives this beautiful ribbed stitch, knit stitch look. And one is the stitch down here, which is a crossed double crochet stitch. This is an adult size beanie and it should take no longer than about an hour to make. So let me share with you the yarn that I've used. This is the yarn that I've used. It is Big Twist Value. This is sold by Joanne. This is their home brand. It is 100% acrylic yarn, a medium weight 4, and it recommends an H or 5mm hook, but I will be using my Susan Bates I 5.5mm hook. The only other supplies that you need for today would be some needles to weave in the ends and a pair of scissors, and of course your hook. So this tutorial can be done in a hook even larger than an I. You could use a J. It might just turn out a little bit bigger. Of course, you need to see what is your personal tension. How do you hold the yarn? And if so, you can go up or down a hook size. I'm going to share with you what I'll be using for today's tutorial. So the hat was made in Big Twist Value Aqua Ombre, and for the tutorial, I will be using Big Twist Value Pink Ombre. This is a beautiful pink, and that is what I'll be using for today's tutorial. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with the pattern. Round 1 is to make a magic ring. This is how I make my magic ring. I've done it so many times now that it's become second nature to me. If you do not wish to make a magic ring, you can always start with a chain 4, slip stitch in the first stitch, and then you'll have a ring in the middle as well. Now in the magic ring, I'm going to first chain 1, and then I'm going to make 12 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to pull on that thread in the back. If you've used a slip stitch, then you can pull a little bit as well. And what we're going to do now is we're going to join to the top of the first stitch that we made. You just put your hook in, pull up the yarn, and join with the slip stitch. Now we're moving on to round 2. Now we're going to be making the crown of the hat. So in our first round we had 12 stitches, and now we're going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch around so that we end up with 24 stitches. So to start the round, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to make 2 double crochets in the first stitch and in every stitch around. So that's 2 double crochets. I can show you again. In each stitch, we're going to make 2 double crochets. And I'll see you at the end of round 2. I realize that I crochet much faster when I'm holding it how I usually do, so that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up. This is just the end of round 2, and now we have 24 stitches. And again, as before, we're going to join to the top of the first stitch of the round. And that's the end of round 2. In round 3, we'll be making an increase, and the end of round 3 will have 36 stitches. So we're going to chain 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to make one double crochet in the first stitch, followed by 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so that's the repeat. We're going to do 1 double crochet followed by 2 double crochet in the next stitch. That's the increase. An increase is just when you make two stitches and 1 stitch. So we have 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitches. That is round 3, and I'll see you at the end of round 3. Okay, so we're just about done round 3. I'm going to do the last few stitches. So that's the 1 double crochet followed by the increase. Sorry. And then again, as before, we're going to join to the first stitch of the round with the slip stitch. And now we should have 36 double crochets. You can see that my work is starting to curl, which is a good thing. You can just curl it, pop it out, and continue working. Now we're moving on to round 4. In round 4, we're still doing the crown, and we're trying to increase from 36 stitches to 48 stitches. So as before, I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, followed by an increase. So I'm going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2. 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2. Let's do that together. So I'm doing 1 double crochet, in the next stitch 1 double crochet, and in the third stitch I'll be doing my increase, which is 2 double crochets. I'll show that to you again. I'm doing 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and in the third stitch I am doing 2 double crochets. So continue that pattern all the way around. When you're done, you should have 48 stitches, and I will see you at the end of round 4. Okay, we are near the end of round 4. I'm going to do the last little bit, which is 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. That is the end of round 4. Now again, as before, we're going to join with the slip stitch and chain 1 to start the next round. Round 5 is the last round of the crown of the beanie hat. And in round 5, we're going to increase from 48 stitches to 60 stitches. And we're going to do that in a similar manner to what we have been doing so far. Now in this round, we will be making 3 double crochets and then the increase. So we have chained 1, then we're going to make 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the second stitch, 1 double crochet in the third stitch, and then we'll make our increase, which is 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. I'll show that to you again. We're going to make 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the second stitch, 1 double crochet in the third stitch, and in the fourth stitch we're going to make 2 double crochets, or the increase. We're going to continue that all the way around, and at the end of round 5 you can stop and count, and you should have 60 double crochets. I'll see you soon. Okay, so round 5 is finished. We have 60 stitches, and my work is starting to curl, which is good because this is a beanie and we want it to curl. This is the end of the crown of the beanie, and now we're going to start working on some of that beautiful detail. So for rounds 6 through 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, for 4 rounds, we are going to do half double crochet in the 3rd loop. So I have joined, and now I'm going to again chain 1, and now I'm going to make half double crochets in every stitch around in the 3rd loop. So yarn over. Now you're going to look at the back of your work. You can see that 3rd loop there. It's a little hidden in the 1st round, but it does get easier with each round. And just make a half double crochet as you usually do. So again, it's here at the back. So when looking at your crochet project, this is the V, and this is the front loop, this is the back loop. And if you turn your work, you can see the 3rd loop. That's where we're going, into the 3rd loop, okay? So it is a bit tricky getting in there for the 1st round, but once you complete round 6, then 7, 8, and 9 will be much easier. And the reason I say that is because right now we're making half double crochets into a double crochet. But when you come back around, you'll be making it into a half double crochet. So you can see here, like I've just started, but when you would come around again for the next round, you can see the top of the stitch and you can see the 3rd loop. It's right here. It's very, very clear where the 3rd loop is. So you're going to be doing half double crochet in the 3rd loop in each stitch around for 60 stitches. Once you come here, you're going to join to the 1st loop, chain 1, and continue for 4 rounds, round 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'll see you at the end of that. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that after you are done, I'm still on my 4th row, but after you're done your 4th row of the half double crochet in the 3rd loop, round 10 and 11 are actually double crochets in each stitch around. There's 2 rows of double crochets. There'll be 60 double crochets for round 10 and 60 double crochets for round 11. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back for round 12 and 13. Okay, so here we are, and round 10 and 11 are done. Rounds 10 and 11 were double crochet in each stitch around, and we did that for 2 rows. Now I just joined and I chained 1. Rounds 12 and 13 are the crossed double crochet stitch. It may sound and look complicated, but it's not, and it's a very beautiful stitch. Here we go. I've already chained 1. What I'm going to do is the crossed double crochet stitch. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to skip this 1st stitch and make a double crochet in the 2nd stitch. Okay? And then I'm going to come back to my skipped stitch and make a double crochet. It's like cross stitch. You might not be able to see it very well in that 1st one. I'm going to do it again. So now keep in mind, you've made 2 stitches, so don't go back into this one. Now we're going in the next 2 stitches. So we're going to skip the 1st stitch, and in the 2nd stitch, we're going to make a double crochet, and then that skip stitch, we're going to make a double crochet. Let me do it a couple more times. So I'm going to skip the 1st stitch. In the 2nd stitch, I'm going to make a double crochet, and in the stitch I just skipped, I'm going to make a double crochet. So can you see that? It looks like an X. It's a cross double crochet stitch. I'll show you again. So these are the next 2 stitches we're working on. I'm going to skip the 1st stitch. In the 2nd stitch, make a double crochet, go back and make a double crochet in the stitch that I skipped. We're going to do that all the way around. This is for round 12 and 13. So when you come back around in these last 2 stitches, you're going to do as so. Skip the stitch, make a double crochet, come back and double crochet in here, and then you're going to join to this very 1st stitch. I'm going to show you what happens here and how we continue. So just do 1 round of the cross double crochet stitch. If you know how to do it, you can go ahead and do the 2nd round, but I'm just going to show that to you quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of round 12. This is the 1st round of the cross double crochet stitch. I thought I would just do the last few with you. So the last two. So here we go. And the very last one. Okay, so that round is done. You can see what that looks like. It's a beautiful stitch. Now again, as before, we're just going to join with the slip stitch, chain one, and again continue. Now you already know where the stitches are. You don't have to look for them and really count. So you know that you make that first stitch in the second, come back and double crochet in the first, and continue. First stitch in the second, come back, double crochet in the first. So you can see that. And then I'm just going to continue like that all the way around. And guess what? You're almost done your Dreamy beanie hat. And just to let you know, what the last two rounds are single crochet rounds. So all we'll be doing for round 14 and 15 is we're going to be making a single crochet in every stitch around. And we're going to do that for 2 rows, 2 rounds. And then our beanie will be complete. So I'm going to finish this round. I'm going to make 2 single crochet rounds. And then I will see you with your finished beanie. And we can finish it off together. Okay, so I'm just finishing up round 15, which was our single crochet round. You might already be done. If so, good job. This is my first tutorial ever, and I'm hoping, you know, once I edit it and put it all together, it'll look beautiful, and I hope you all really enjoy it. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think of my tutorial. So we are done. I'm a rebel, so I will be weaving in my end later. And there's our beanie. Look what we made. I'd say that took just about an hour or a bit less, depending on how fast you crochet. And there we have it. We had our crown, we had our 4 rows of the half double crochet in the back loop, 2 rows of double crochets, and then 2 rows of cross stitch double crochet, or cross double crochet, I'm sorry. And then we had our single crochets. Now we made our own hat. There was our green one, aqua ombre, and our pink one we just made, pink ombre. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon.